Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Om Ganana Antva Ganapati Gammavamahe, Kavin Kavinam Upavashravastramam, Jeshtarajam Brahmanan Brahmanaspata, Anushrundhoti Bisid Sadhanam, Om Mahaganadipataye Namaha. शंभवे नमः विश्वेश्वराय महादेवाय त्रयंबकाय त्रिपुरांतकाय त्रिकाग्निकालाय कालाग्निरुद्राय नीलकंठाय मृत्युंजयाय सर्वेश्वराय सदाशिवाय श्रीमन्महादेवाय नमः हरि ओम. We are making some progress on the Shivapurana. The next chapter we are reading is Shankachuda, birth of Shankachuda. Suta Maharshi narrated the tale of the birth of Shankachuda and how Shiva killed him with this Trishula. He told the sages that Shankachuda was born to the demon king called Damba. Shankachuda was in fact, in his previous life, he was Sudama, Krishna's devotee and friend. He was born in the family of demons due to the curse of Radha. Shankachuda's marriage. When Shankachuda grew up, he went to Pushkara, that is present day is called Ajmer in Rajasthan, and did tremendous penance to please Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma blessed him and said that he would remain invincible. He also instructed Shankachuda to go to Badrikashrama, where he would find his would-be wife Tulasi, the daughter of Dharmadwaja. Shankachuda went to Badrikashrama and married Tulsi as per the instructions of Lord Brahma. He then returned back to his capital accompanied by his wife Tulsi. Shankachuda becomes ruler of all the three worlds. When Shankachuda reached his capital after marrying Tulsi, he was crowned as the king of demons by Shukracharya. After his coronation, Shankachuda attacked Indrapuri, Devendra's palace, supported by his huge army and defeated all the Devas in Devendra Nagara. In a very short time, all the three worlds were under his control. After being defeated by Shankachuda, the Devas went to the Lord Brahma and sought his help in eliminating the menace called Shankachuda. Lord Brahma then took them to Lord Vishnu. All of them were taken to Lord Shiva by Vishnuji. They expressed their request to liberate them from the troubles created by Shankachuda. Shiva assures the Devas, Lord Shiva assured the Devas that he will certainly kill Shankachuda and hence they should not worry about him. The Devas then happily returned to their respective abodes. Lord Shiva sent his messenger named Pushpadanta to Shankachuda to ask him to return back the kingdom of Devas to themselves. Shankachuda refused to oblige his demand. On the contrary, he expressed his willingness and readiness to fight Lord Shiva. Pushpadanta returned back and narrated the whole story to Lord Shiva. Shiva proceeds with his army. Lord Shiva has now fully convinced about the inevitability of the battle. He first sent all his Ganas under the leadership of Kartikeya and Ganesha. Later on, Bhadrakali proceeded towards the battlefield with a huge army as per the own wish of Lord Shiva himself. At last, Lord Shiva proceeded towards the battlefield accompanied by the Devas. All the troops collected at the bank of river Chandrabhaga and rested under the shade of banyan tree. Shankachuda proceeds with his army. Shankachuda handed over the kingdom to his son and went to his wife and take her permission before going to the battlefield. His wife was reluctant to allow him to go, but he somehow managed to convince her. He then proceeded towards the banks of Chandrabhaga river with a huge army. Then the battle between the Devas and demons started. A fierce battle started between the Devas and demons. Both of them attacked each other with the most destructive weapons. But when the army of Chandrachuda began to dominate the fight, the deities fled away and Devas fled away and took the refuge of Lord Shiva. They told Shiva of the number of Devas who had been killed while fighting. The battle between Shiva's family and Shankachuda. After the defeat of the Devas and the Ganas, Kartikeya and Ganesha went to the fight Shankachuda. A spectacular battle was fought between the Shankachuda and both of them. Later on, they were joined by Bhadrakali. Bhadrakali would have devoured Shankachuda without any problem, but she spared his life because the boon given to him by Lord Brahma. Now it was the turn of the Lord Shiva to join the battle, but even he could not cause any harm to him because of Lord Brahma's boon. Strategy employed by to kill Shankachuda. While tremendous battle was being fought between the Lord Shiva and Shankachuda, Lord Vishnu appeared and demanded the armor from Shankachuda, which he had put on. His body in the guise of Brahmin, Shankachuda gave his armor to him without any kind of suspicion. Lord Vishnu then went to Shankachuda's wife in the guise of her husband, that is Shankachuda. He destroyed the chastity of the Tulsi. Chastity means Dharma Patni. The wife who follows Dharma is Dharma Patni. Only in Hinduism, wife is called Dharma Patni. Shankachuda's wife, in the guise of her husband, that is Shankachuda, he destroyed the chastity of Tulsi, Shankachuda's wife. Shankachuda derived his power from the chastity of his wife, and it vanished the moment her chastity was destroyed. Lord Shiva kills Shankachuda. Bhadrakali was creating havoc in the army of Shankachuda. Shankachuda became very furious and attacked Shiva. Shiva repulsed his assault and attacked him with his Trishula. Shankachuda, who had become powerless, was killed instantaneously. The Devas were very pleased at the death of Shankachuda. After worshipping Lord Shiva, they went back to their respective abodes. Tulsi curses Lord Vishnu now. After being instructed by Goddess Parvati, Lord Vishnu had gone to Tulsi in the guise of her husband Shankachuda, so that breach of Tulsi chastity could help Lord Shiva to kill Shankachuda, who derived his power from Tulsi's chastity and virtuosity. Initially, Tulsi could not recognize Lord Vishnu. She was extremely joyous at his arrival, but very soon she was able to realize the real identity of Lord Vishnu, who had disguised himself as her husband Shankachuda. She became very angry and cursed Lord Vishnu to become a stone. Tulsi became very angry and cursed Vishnu to become a stone. She was crying unconsolably. Lord Vishnu contemplated on Shiva, as a result of which he appeared. Lord Shiva blessed Tulsi that she would become the beloved of Lord Vishnu. Due to Tulsi's curse, Lord Vishnu attained the form of Saligrama, which is a stone. And because of Lord Shiva's blessings, Tulsi leaves started being offered to Saligrama in the process of its worship. Now, the episode of Hiranyakashipu, killing of Hiranyaksha. First, Hiranyakashipu was filled with grief when he heard the news of his brother's death. To avenge Hiranyaksha's death, he started to torment the Devas. Becoming homeless, the Devas started wandering here and there. Hiranyakashipu was still unsatisfied. He wanted to acquire more power and authority. He went to the Mandalachara mountain, Mandalachara, Mandalachara mountain, and started doing a tremendous penance to please Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma appeared before him and asked him demand anything he wished to be fulfilled. Hiranyakashipu said, "O Lord, bless me so that I do neither die during the day nor during the night, neither in the month, neither in the earth nor in the sky, neither by the devas nor by the demons, neither by a human being nor by an animal. Bless me, O Lord, O that I do not get killed by any type of weapon." Lord Brahma blessed him, Hiranyakashipu, and said, so be it. Now Hiranyakashipu became more ruthless and arrogant. He declared himself the Almighty God and ordered his subjects to worship him and his idol. His son Prahlada was a very great devotee of Lord Vishnu. He did not pay heed to the father's command and continued the worship of Lord Vishnu. Hiranyakashipu tried to kill Prahlada many times, but each time he survived by the blessings of Lord Vishnu. When Hiranyakashipu's atrocities crosses all the its limit, the Devas went to the Lord Vishnu and requested him to kill Hiranyakashipu. Lord Vishnu appeared in his incarnation of Narasimha, half lion and half man, and killed Hiranyakashipu with his sharp nails. During the dusk, after having his kingdom to his son Prahlada, Lord Vishnu went back to his abode. Lord Shiva teaches the secret of Mrita Sanjeevani Vidya to Shukracharya. Shukracharya did a severe penance for 5,000 years to please Lord Shiva and acquire the secrets of Mrita Sanjeevani Vidya, bringing back the dead person after him. When Lord Shiva did not appear, even after such a tremendous penance, then he indulges himself in the severest form of penance by quitting having food and water only. He now started living only on air. This continued for thousands of years. Lord Shiva became very pleased with his penance. He manifested from the very Shivalinga Shukracharya had been worshipping till now. He taught the secrets of Mrita Sanjeevani Vidya to him and told him that by the help of this Vidya, he would become capable of making act alive the dead persons. Lord Shiva also blessed Shukracharya to become a star and attain respectability among all the planets. After blessing Shukracharya like this, Lord Shiva disappeared into the same Shivalinga from where he had appeared. Andhaka splendors. Once Andhaka brothers jokingly told him that since his real parents were somebody else, Shiva and Parvati, therefore he was not fit to rule them. Though they had told this in good humor, yet Andhaka was very much saddened by their remark. He relinquished his throne and went to a deserted place in the forest and started to do a severe penance. Lord Brahma became very pleased by his penance and appeared before him. He asked him to demand anything he wished to be fulfilled. Andhaka said, "I only long for the love and affection of my brothers. O Lord, bless me so that nobody should be able to kill one except Lord Shiva." Lord Brahma blessed him and said, "So be it, Tathatsu." Andhaka returned to his kingdom, and both the cooperation of his brothers like Prahlada, etc., he bought even the the devas under his control. But drunk with the power, he became very arrogant and started tormenting all the creatures. He did not show any respect to the Vedas, Brahmin, and the deities. Then battle between Lord Shiva and Andhaka started. Andhaka had become so arrogant that once he even dared to dishonor his own mother Parvati, who at the time was living at the Mandarachala mountain. Shiva became very furious with him. Andhaka attacked Shiva with his huge army. Lord Shiva sent his numerous games to fight him, but all of them were killed by Andhaka. When Lord Shiva got the news of arrival of Andhaka with his army, he sent Lord Vishnu and his remaining Ganas to fight him. He himself went to perform his austerity named Pushpavat, Pushpat, Pashupat. He himself went to perform his austerity named Pashupat. The deities, Devas, fought with Andhaka for 1000 years. Meanwhile, Lord Shiva returned after completing his Pashupata Vrata and joined them. Seeing Lord Shiva in front of him, Andhaka became furious and attacked him ferociously. His companion, whose name was Vidahas, devoured all of the devas. The demons who had not been killed in the battle were brought back to the life by Shukracharya. Lord Shiva became very angry and swallowed Shukracharya. He also extracted the devas from the stomach of Vidhas who had been swallowed by him earlier. After from each drop of his blood which fell on the ground manifested thousands of demons who resembled Andhaka. Lord Shiva then instructed goddess Chandi, to drink the blood while he killed his demons. Goddess Chandika followed the instructions of Shiva and drank each drop of blood which oozed out from the wounds of the demons, and not let single drop of blood to fall on the ground. After killing all the demons, Lord Shiva lifted Andhaka with his trident and hanged him between the earth and sky. Andhaka remained there for a very long time, bearing the heat of the sun and the showers of rain, but he remained alive. Ultimately, he had to take the refuge of Lord Shiva to save his life. Lord Shiva became pleased by his eulogy and made him as leader of Ganas. Emergence of Shukracharya. When Lord Shiva swallowed up Shukracharya, he became very restless and started to find out a way through which he could come out from Shiva's stomach. But all of his efforts went in vain. Finding no other option, he started to chant the name of Lord Shiva. His chantings continued for 100 years. By the blessings of Shiva, he came out from Shiva's stomach through the ejaculated semen. After coming out, Shukracharya eulogized Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva became pleased with him and showered him with affection, just like his own son. After being blessed, Shukracharya went and rejoined the army of demons. After being blessed, Shukracharya went to rejoin the army of Asuras, demons. Now, the next chapter is killing of Gajasura. Goddess Durga had killed the demon Mahishasura, who used to torment the Devas. Gajasura was the son of Mahishasura. To avenge his father's death, Gajasura did a tremendous penance to please Lord Brahma. So Gajasura is the son of Mahishasura. To avenge his father's death, Gajasura did a tremendous penance to please Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma appeared before him and asked him to demand any boon. Gajasura said, O Lord, even Chitendriya, one of who has full control over his senses, should not be able to kill me. Lord Brahma blessed him by saying, "So be it." Gradually, Gajasura's atrocities crossed all limits. He became the lord of all the three worlds. He forced even the Devas to worship him. He used to torment the Brahmins and other religious people. One day, Gajasura arrived at Kashi and started tormenting the people living over Kashi. The Devas came to Lord Shiva and requested him to rescue Kashi by killing Gajasura. Lord Shiva came to Kashi and fought a battle with Gajasura. He killed Gajasura with his trident. At the time of his death, Gajasura eulogized Lord Shiva and requested him to put his Gajasura's skin on his Shiva's body. Lord Shiva agreed to fulfill his wish. At the spot where Gajasura was killed, a famous Shivlinga by the name of Krittivisheshwara, Krittivaseshwara, Krittivaseshwara was constructed as per the own wish of Lord Shiva. Killing of Nirahaditya. Diti was filled with a grief when she came to know about her son Hiranyaksha's death, who was killed by Lord Vishnu. Nirahadadaitya, who was the maternal uncle of Prahalada, consoled her and as promised to avenge the death of Hiranyaksha. He thought to destroy the Vedic religion. According to him, the Devas derived their strength and power from this very Vedic religion. He planned to eliminate the priestly class Brahmins so that the chances of yajna being performed becomes extinct, and the Devas were starved to such an extent that they became weak and powerless. Thinking that then it would not be easy, thinking that then it would not be very difficult to kill the weak Devas. Nirahaditya arrived at Kashi to execute his plan, which during those times was the chief center of the Brahmins. He wanted to attack the demons. He attained the form of a tiger shape and stationed himself in nearby forest. He used to kill any Brahmin who used to come over there to collect kusha, grass and fuel. With the help of his, his illusionary powers, he used to attain the form of hermit during the daytime and lived among them. But during the night, he used to enter into the houses of the Brahmins in the form of a tiger and used to devour them, kill them. On one night of Shivaratri, when Brahmin was busy worshipping Lord Shiva, Nirahaditya, who was in the form of a tiger, entered the temple. But since the Brahmin was engaged in the worship of Lord Shiva, he could not harm the Brahmin. Lord Shiva emerged from the very Shivalinga which the Brahmin was worshipping and punched the demon with his clenched fist so hard that he died. Next, the killing of Vidala and Utpala. Long ago, there used to live two demons by the names of Vidula, and Utpala. Both of them did tremendous penance to please Lord Brahma. After being blessed by Lord Brahma, they became very arrogant and started tormenting all the Devas and the Brahmins. Devas went to Lord Brahma and sought his help. Lord Brahma told them that both the demons would be killed by goddess Parvati very soon. He also instructed the Devas to eulogize Shiva and Parvati to seek their blessings. The Devas went back and started eulogizing Shiva and Parvati. One fateful day, Vidula, Vidala and Utpala arrived at the place where goddess Parvati was having amusements with her companions. Vidala and Utpala had disguised themselves as the Ganas of Shiva. Lord Shiva recognized the real identity of the demons. He signaled towards the Parvati, pointing towards the demons. Parvati, who was playing with a ball with her companions, understood what Lord Shiva meant to say. She hit both of them with the ball. with such a fierce force that both the demons died on the spot. The ball then fell down on the ground and transferred into Shivalinga, which became Kandukeshwara. The Devas became very pleased at the death of Vidala and Utpala. Shatarudra Samhita. The sages requested Suta Maharshi to describe about the different incarnation of Lord Shiva. Suta Maharshi told them that although Lord Shiva took many incarnations, but 5 of his incarnations are very important: Sadajuta, Namadeva, Tatpurusha, Agorasha, and Ishan. The chapter contains 32 sections. First, Sadajuta. Lord Shiva took his first incarnation from the physic of Lord Brahma, who was engrossed in his deep state of meditation. During the 19th Kalpa, named Shwetalohita Kalpa, Lord Brahma gave him the name Sadojat, and eulogized him. Later on, from the physic of Sadojata, 4 of his disciples manifested, whose names were Sunanda, Nandana, Vishwanandana, and Upanandana. All of the 4 disciples were fair complexion. Lord Shiva blessed Brahma and empowered him to do creation. Namadeva, during the 20th Kalpa, named Rakta, the complexion of Lord Brahma turned red while he was engrossed in his meditative state. From his body manifested an entity who also was red complexion. Lord Brahma named him Namadeva, considering him to be the incarnation of Lord Shiva, and eulogized him. Later on, 4 sons were born to Namadeva, whose names were Viraja, Vivaha, Vishoka, Vishwabhavana. All of them were of red complexion, just like their father Namadeva. Namadeva, Shiva, along with his virtuous progenies, blessed Lord Brahma with the power of creation. Namadeva, Shiva, along with virtuous progenies, blessed Lord Brahma with the power of creation. Tatpurusha. The 21st Kalpa on the earth was known as Pitavasa. It was named so because the apparel of Lord Brahma, which were of yellow colors. Lord Brahma's prayer resulted into the manifestation of effulgent entity. Considering this entity as Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma started chanting the mantras of Shivagayatri. After the chanting of the mantras, numerous entities manifested who had put on apparels of yellow color on their body. This way, the third incarnation of Shiva, popularly known as Tatpurusha, manifested. Goresha. After the Pitavasa Kalpa came the Shvakalpa, a black complexion manifested while Lord Brahma was engrossed in his deep meditative state. Lord Brahma, considering this entity as Agora Shiva, started eulogizing him. Lord Brahma's eulogization resulted into the manifestation of 4 more entities who had the same black complexion as that of Agora Shiva. Their names were Krishna, Krishnashika, Krishnanamukha, and Krishna Katandhari. Krishna Katandhari. Gora Shiva, along with those 4 entities, blessed Lord Brahma with the power of creation. Ishana. During the Kalpa named Vishwarupa, manifestation of Saraswati and Ishana Shiva took place. Lord Brahma eulogized Ishan Shiva, after which 4 divine entities named Jati, Mundi, Shikandi, and Ardhamundi manifested from Ishan Shiva. All of them blessed Lord Brahma. All of them blessed Lord Brahma with power of creation. 8 idols of Shiva. After describing about the 5 chief incarnations of Lord Shiva, Suta Maharshi explained about the 8 famous idols of Lord Shiva Sharva, Bhava, and Rudra, Ugra, Bhima, Pashupati, Ishan, Mahadeva. These 8 idols of Shiva symbolizes the 8 natural elements which help in the process of creation, nurturement, and annihilation. These 8 natural elements are land, water, fire, air, sky, supreme soul, and Kshetrajna. Kshetrajna, sun and moon, being established in the 8 idols, Shiva controls the whole world. Shiva as Ardhanarishvara. 8 idols of Shiva. After describing about the 5 chief incarnations of Lord Shiva, Suta Maharshi explained about the 8 famous idols of Lord Shiva: Sharma, Bhava, Rudra, Ugra, Bhima, Pashupati, Ishan, and Mahadeva. These 8 idols of Shiva symbolizes the 8 natural elements which help in the process of creation, nurturement, and annihilation. These 8 natural elements are land, water, fire, air, sky, supreme soul, Kshetrajna, sun, and the moon. Being established in these 8 idols, Shiva controls the whole world. Shiva as Ardhanarishvara. Once upon a time, Lord Brahma, not seeing an expansion in his creation, became very worried. A heavenly voice instructed him to commence creation with the help of copulative activities. But since all the incarnation of Shiva had been males till then, therefore Lord Brahma was finding it impossible. Lord Brahma contemplated on the form of Shiva and Shakti. Lord Shiva became very pleased with him and appeared in the form of Ardhanarishvara, half male and half female. Left side of his body resembled like a woman, while the right side appeared like a man. Lord Brahma worshipped this form of Shiva. Lord Shiva then separated the feminine part of his body and thus manifested Mother Shakti. Lord Brahma worshipped her and requested to bestow such a power by which he could create a woman. Goddess Shakti blessed him by saying, "So be it," and vanished. This way, Lord Brahma became capable of commencing a copulative creation. Various incarnations of Vasudeva and Lord Shiva. The next chapter. नमोस्तु अनंताय सहस्रमूर्तये सहस्रपादाक्षिशूरपाव सहस्रनाम्ने पुरुषाश्रये सहस्रकोटियुगधारणे नमः सहस्रकोटियुगधारणे नमः आकाशात् परितं यथागरसागरं सर्वदेव नमस्कारः श्रीकेशं प्रगत्यो नमः सर्ववेदेषु पुण्यं सर्वतीर्थेषु यत्फलं तत्फलं पुरुषमाप्तिवासनात् वासुदेवस्य वासन्ते जगत्त्रयं सर्वभूतनिवासोऽसि वासुदेव नमस्ते कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणाय समर्पयामि ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय शंभवे नमः विश्वेश्वराय महादेवाय त्र्यंबकाय त्रिपुरांतकाय त्रिकाग्निकालाय कालाग्निरुद्राय नीलकंठाय मृत्युंजयाय सर्वेश्वराय सदाशिवाय श्रीमन् महादेवाय नमः हरि ओम।